down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Atlanta takes the field. Their offensive leader, of course, Matt Ryan, the former Boston College Eagle.
And you know how they say it's not about the money? Sometimes it is about the money. Matt Ryan is going to average $30 million in salary per year now as one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL, and he more than deserves it. The NFL's MVP in 2016.
And the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards to pick up, first down. Taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards there on a Falcon first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, this shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with an idea. Slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Another big hitter there, this one good for 18. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now, and first and 10. Here's Gurley now. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave it with a 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Gurley.
25-yard line.
Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about 4-2. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. On first down, it's Gurley. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
The 16-yard line.
He's still fighting forward. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Touchdown, Atlanta.
A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. They gotta love that. 9-play drive results in 6 points.
That means they're doing the dictating. That means that they've described how the game's going to go. They're playing at their tempo, their pace. If you're on the other side of the ball, if you're playing defense, defense is not methodical. They've got to go in there and shake things up and create a little havoc.
And Carter deciding not to bring this one out. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll throw from the gun. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A 6-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Looking to throw it down on 2nd down. Watson toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. Finding fouls complete. And he is going to have the Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. First carry now is Johnson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Throwing on 2nd down. Watson. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 15.
Watson, he fakes to Johnson and now looks to throw. And that's caught inside the 45. After 1-7-0 on EA Sports.
Score Falcons 7, Texans nothing.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll go down at the 28. They'll get a nice chunk there in the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 28-yard line.
Back to throw, Watson. He's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. So offensively on his drive, 2 of 2 on 3rd down. downs, and now they face a 3rd and inches. This is caught. It's close. And he's got the Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage to 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Watson. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
2nd and 6. At the 10-yard line.
From the gun, here's Watson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver was David Johnson. And it's 3rd down.
3rd down and 6 yards to go.
To the air yet again, Watson. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That's a nice quick and safe sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the 3rd down. Glad getting the field goal coverage. Nowhere to go with the football. Forced the double up to the back. And even then, they closed quickly and got it down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they get 13 points and give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Gurley's got the first down and then some. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. A big run there by Gurley. 48 yards. So now the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now. 1st and 10. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
At the 16-yard line.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Great call to hand that one off. And running back didn't rest.
Someone read their keys correctly. And at the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not because they really essentially just kind of swarmed the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play. And guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he returns this to the 22.
The Texans take over 1st and 10.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you gotta love what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
Maybe a little gas.
they're a little tired, and if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting off field and giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson, push it run, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Dante Fowler. This would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to be able to run it out. They're going to protect you as best they can. If you give 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. And when you hold it and give up a sack, you're almost discrediting their work.
They were looking for Johnson that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Throwing again, it's Watson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. The Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the Falcons are coming with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now a first down throw, Watson. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. To try again after the sack. Watson looking now, and it's incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And it's third down.
Third down and 15.
Out of the gun, Watson being chased out left. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now fourth down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And a second field goal here cuts the deficit to 14-6 now. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7, past the 30 to the 32. We'll jump over halftime.
14. Texans.
So we reach halftime here. It's an 8-point game. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here, so we are back underway in the second half. That's Fielder on the back line of the end zone. And Carter deciding not to bring this one out. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start with a handoff to Jackson. He's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Watson. Now he'll pull it down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
On 1st down, it's Watson. He gets it left side of Johnson. And it'll be outbounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd down, 6.
Here's Watson. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Tyler Davison hauling it off the edge to sack him. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
So one quick easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another snap right there.
And the offensive food section of our maybe a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far. How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tackles. We'll give you the short stuff. And just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. Still going. And they'll give it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
It's a gain of
I'm
7.
not sure how much more evidence they need, partner. They don't understand that they can start to slow him down. It's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he's just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
So 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 30-yard line. Calling a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs.
And here's Anthony Zone for Falcon touchdown. Todd Gurley, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
But that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplished exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game. So they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taken about 7 yards deep. And Carter decided not to bring this one out. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
The punter doesn't exist anymore. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. Just cut it. So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But suddenly, listen, there will be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And the whole place is quickly there. He gets maybe a couple into the 48. The last one got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Again, it's Johnson. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Watson down throw. He'll drop this down to Johnson underneath. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee. And that means 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now. As he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Oh boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, if it's 3 quarters, if you're eager, you come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up there thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So on the heels of the run by Tom Gurley, another 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that, see if you can continue to take it down.
Definitely, you want to figure things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. You have to use timeouts. What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
I don't think Gurley got there. Looks like the defense held it back. You call it no game there, and it leads to a 4th down. The offense still in. They're going to go on 4th and 2. And boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The fullback dive held up short, and the Texans take over an excellent field position. From the gun, Watson, and he hits his target as Kenny Stills. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 17 on the pickup there. The Texans also get a new set of downs. On 1st down, Watson. Looking for his running back, he's got it. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up the 2nd in just about a few inches here.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches. The Falcons 16 yards.
Operating from the gun, Watson. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. The Texans on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Give him 2 on the play there. And it'll give the Texans a 1st down. From the gun. Watson, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker, and he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. They'll try and chew some clock with Gurley. He's got a 1st down past the 30, and all the way up to the 37-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop. 150 left in the football game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they talk things over prior to this offensive second down play. They'll try once the clock here to keep it on the ground. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves it with 1 yard to go on third down. Here's Gurley. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches and how to rely on the running game they believe are a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point in the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on fourth down. Now on fourth down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And this Texans defense stands tall. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're on for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
On second and 10, Watson. Now he's flushed out right, and he's out of bounds just before the midfield spike of the 49. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down. Watson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. Now it's Gurley. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a second and 3. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's second and 3. So again, with Gurley. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. Their defense really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it's just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.